Moving to a new country is really exciting, but it also comes with a lot of surprises. If you are an Indian planning to move to Germany, be prepared for some cultural shocks. Some might amuse you, others may make you uncomfortable, but all of them will definitely help you understand German society better. Or if you're a non-Indian person watching this video, I might have some surprises for you too. Today we are going to talk about cultural shocks, or rather cultural differences that I have noticed as an Indian being in Germany, from daily life to social interaction to food habits and work culture. But before I start, I would like to mention that today's video is my light-hearted take on the differences that I have noticed, and it is based on my personal experiences and observations with a little bit of humor. And I really do not intend to disrespect or offend any culture in any way. Every culture is unique and beautiful in its own way, right? So, on that note, let's get started. Okay, so since food is the love language for Indian people, what better way to start with than food? Germans eat a lot of cold food. Breakfast, bread. Lunch, bread. Snacks, you guessed it right. It's bread. Opposite to that, in India, all our meals are usually warm. Even our breakfast is hot most of the times. Whether it's paratha, poha, idli, dosa. But here in Germany, people just grab a fresh bread from a bakery, put some cheese on it, and that's a meal. Even lunch at work is mostly sandwiches. And you know what? Even sandwiches in India are warm. And even if we are eating a bread, we usually put it on the pan, make it a little hot, and then have it. It took us a while to adjust to it, or I would say we are still adjusting to it, especially after having a child, because we don't have enough time to manage house, work, and warm meals 3 times a day. In India, in corporate offices, now we have pretty much the Western culture and we call everybody with their name irrespective of their age. But it's different at home. If you are a non-Indian person watching this video, it would be really surprising for you to know that in India, every relation has a name. For example, my mother's mom will be my nani, but my father's mom will be my dadi. So if you see me greeting somebody in India, you can easily figure out how are we both related to each other. And if somebody is not related, no problem. They are automatically an uncle or an auntie. Our neighbors or an old person or an old man walking on a street, I would simply call him uncle. But in Germany, if you're meeting an unknown person, then you use, of course, Mr. or Mrs. To show the respect, and then use the last name. If they are known, people call even elderly people with their first name. They might not be related to them, but they know them. So for example, our friends' kids and all the kids usually in my son's kindergarten would call me with my first name. And it is completely normal. It's the culture here. It's nothing to feel angry about. But in India, like so rude. And I see sometimes my son calling our friends with their first name and I get like a mini heart attack because my Indian heart cannot accept this. I'm getting used to it, but I'm like, I have still not fully accepted this fact. So if we have some close friends, then I would ask my son to call them with their name, but also use uncle and aunt after that. But here in Germany, if you call somebody outside your family or your relatives, calling somebody walking on a street uncle or aunt, it would be really weird. Cultural differences at the best, right? Now next one is really serious, because German people are the most punctual people I have ever met. If in office you have a meeting at 10 o'clock, everybody would be there at 10 or even before that. And if you're coming at 10:01, oh my god, it is so disrespectful. Where people would for sure have a look at their watch and then give you a side look. One time we had to visit a shop, but the opening hours were not so clear online, and then on that particular day, the opening hours were different. So we went there and we reached in front of the shop 1 minute before the closing time, and the lady, she still closed the door on our face. So we had to leave, and then we had to plan a visit the next day. But contrary to that, in India, being fashionably late is completely acceptable. I remember waiting for my friends and my boyfriend for more than an hour sometimes. You can't even trust when somebody is saying, I'm leaving in 5 minutes, those 5 minutes could be 1 hour. They might be just entering their bathroom to take a quick shower, or they might be starting with their makeup regime. But yeah, it's 5 minutes. But in Germany, being late even by a few minutes would be considered so rude and really disrespectful. I came in Germany as a married woman, so of course I did not date here, but what I've heard from friends is that if you're late, even on your first date by 10 minutes, you might not even get a second date until you are really hot. Germans do not sugarcoat anything. If they don't like something, they will tell you straight up. No filter, especially at workplace. With partner, I guess there might be some sugarcoating though, no? Or it will be too difficult. If you're a German watching this video, let me know in the comment section how it works with a partner. In India, we are used to wrapping criticism in very polite words like, it's nice, it's not bad, but maybe do it a little different the next time. Germans, that's not good. It's not like they mean to be rude, but that's how they communicate. First, it's really hard for somebody who is coming from such a different culture, but you do understand over time that it's not personal, it's just very ethical in how people communicate here. But on a brighter side, you have a transparent communication and it helps keep things clear, right? German people love to plan everything way in advance. In India, we always do spontaneous plans like, hey, let's meet today. It is also very common for friends, relatives, or neighbors to visit your home unannounced. That particular thing might be changing a little bit now with the generation, but it's not like it's not there. But in Germany, people plan everything well in advance. You want to go to your favorite restaurant? You better reserve a table because usually the reservations are already done in advance and you might not get a table if you're planning spontaneously. Want to meet friends? Check their calendar. The next available date might be in 3 or 4 weeks. People in India are famous for jugaad, quick fixes for everything. Broken tap, tie up with a cloth. Damp wall, fix it a little and paint over it. But in Germany, every problem follows a process. For example, that would be really interesting for people in India to know. We had a damp wall in a bathroom when we moved to this apartment, and if such problem exists in India, there might be some little fix and paint and it'll be ready in 2 days. But here they found the root cause of the issue and then they tested the sample in laboratory if it contains a hazardous leakage or not. And once the results came all good, they fixed the leak and then they dried the bathroom walls for 2 weeks with a huge dryer inside a bathroom, and after that they still sanitized the whole area, fixed the broken tiles. Total time more than 2 months. Germans do not do shortcuts. But what really helps in such cases brings me to the next topic. Insurance in Germany is like seasoning in Indian food. There is one for everything. You thought health and car insurance would be enough? No, my friend. So first you have a mandatory health insurance that everybody has to have it, and then car insurance, of course, again a mandatory insurance if you own a car. Then a liability insurance, which is Haftpflichtversicherung. Spilled coffee on somebody's couch? No problem. Crashed your bicycle into a car? No problem. There is an insurance to rescue. Honestly, every country needs this. Then there is household contents insurance. That is Hausratversicherung. If your house gets robbed or flooded, this covers your furniture and gadgets and appliances, even your socks. Cause priorities, right? And then comes very important legal insurance. That is Rechtsschutzversicherung. If you ever end up in a legal mess, you don't have to sell your kidney to afford a lawyer. Germans loves rules, right? And this ensures you can fight back when needed. Next one is a little personal to me, and this hurts me the most. In India, having house help is very common. Someone to clean your house, do the dishes, or even cook. Let me tell you, this person comes every day. But in Germany, house help is rare and really expensive. Since there is a concept of minimum wage that helps people not getting exploited and getting a decent pay to sustain a decent life in the society, which I really appreciate. So people do everything by themselves. But in that case, it is also then really common to have modern appliances at home like dishwasher, now even like cleaning robots, which makes the life a little easier. If you live in Germany, or if you're planning to Germany and if you do not have a cleaning robot, I would recommend it. It's a lifesaver. and your toddler's friend. But I miss my house help. Apart from having the modern appliances at home, what also works to manage a life without any help in Germany is a great work-life balance. In Germany, it is one of the best. No staying late at work, no opening laptop and replying to the pings after working hours, and no calls or emails on weekends. Plus, not only the women get maternity leave when she has a child, but both parents may also take parental leave up to 14 months in total within the first year of child's birth, with 60% of their salary. So fathers in Germany also take parental leave along with the mother, and I guess it helps way more to manage the life with the newborn. People in Germany take their health really seriously and they are involved in so many physical activities. And it's not just young people, people in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s and beyond. They are not just going for the usual evening walks. They're hiking, biking, and even jogging all the time. Jogging in the morning or evening, even when it is raining. You will literally see a 60-year-old geared up and riding a bicycle up on hills and lifting weights at the gym, and it's so inspiring and, to be honest, little intimidating also. In India we have all the rickshaws and autos and we always prefer to take them even for very short distances, but when you are in Germany you walk for long hours, or bicycle is one of the commonly used mode of transportation. And honestly, watching people focusing on health and fitness so much here, it makes you want to move too. I don't think I walked so much in my life before moving to Germany. So if you're planning to move to Germany, be prepared. You will feel guilty for not working out, but in a good way though. So these were my biggest cultural shocks, or I would rather say cultural differences in Germany as an Indian. Some were and are still a little tough to get adjusted to, but many are mostly just amazing. If you lived in Germany or experienced culture shocks anywhere in the world, please comment below and share your experience. And if you liked the video, please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more such fun content related to my expat life in Germany or my travel videos. See you next time. Cheers!